All right, today we have a Kamenstein kitchen scale. I have one just like it, but I wanted to have a spare because we like it so much. Hate to see it die and not have a backup. Ordered it from eBay, and the pictures they took didn't necessarily show all the dents that there are in the top here. But since it's a spare, I can always swap this piece out, so that's not really an issue for me. But what is an issue is when we got this guy, it was dead on arrival. So I just want to kind of prove that. So first thing I'm going to do is just check this battery here, make sure the battery's right. Yeah, 9.36. So the battery's fine. And then if we put the battery into the battery box, it's in. Both wires appear to be there and intact, and everything appears good. But if we check it, I got nothing. Okay. So I told the seller that it was down on arrival. The seller gave me the money back. Good man. Didn't question it. Didn't make me send it back. Now what I'm going to do today is just open it up and see if we can figure out what's wrong. So for right now, I'm going to take this battery back out of here and pull the screws out and take a look. It still doesn't come apart, and the reason it doesn't come apart is because kind of zoom in here. There we go. There are a couple screws here. Pull the plate on. Now we should be able to take this off. And take this off. And here we are. So, not a ton that we can look at here. We'll just do some basic stuff like, let's take a look. First we'll set this aside. This is very delicate. I don't want to break these off. We'll set that aside. And then kind of just flip this over and have a look at the wires coming in here. Looks like in order to get to the wires, we're going to have to pull the display off. So one, two, and that's the display cover. There we go. And the display does come off. All right. When I put the battery on here, I set this to 9 volts and I hit it right here. I get 936. So that tells us the connector's good and the wire's good all the way up to that solder point. Yeah, so those don't look terrible. They're not broken free or anything. No movement. So again, it's not pretty, but I don't see anything wrong with it. It's not moving around, not loose, nothing's broken free. Same to here. What we'll do is we're going to just check the on-off button to see if the on-off button is indeed triggering or showing continuity triggering on-off cycle. So I'm going to back up a little bit. Top and bottom should be connected when I push the button. I push the button, I got nothing. Okay. Do the same thing down here. There we go. So that's what it should look like when I have the button works. This button here. Does not work. So these two switches are bad. I'll be right back. I'm just going to grab a switch. All right, I'm back. I'm just going to take a close look at these switches here. So this switch and the one next to it don't work. I'm looking at this switch, and that switch doesn't look like it's original. That solder job, just boy. If that's the way it came, it's not good. Let me just touch it with some. Yeah. So normally lead-free solder takes a little more of my soldering iron than that to break free. So it's as if someone has used lead solder on this to put it together. Looks like maybe somebody repaired this, tried to. Yeah, and I just pulled trace off those two pads. So I'll need to put a dab of glue here after I build up this pad, this pad, this pad is missing some, this pad looks okay. So that's going to be the plan. I'm going to grab another switch, one that has longer leads on it that I haven't already cut, and then I will be back. And these are normally meant for through the whole installation, but my plan is to use these extra long leads to reach out on the board to areas that I haven't destroyed. Now, obviously, this one here is going to be a problem because it's only supposed to go that far. But down here, since this is all one piece like that, I can go all the way out to the edge. So at least that one I'm going to have some chance with. Same thing here. It looks like this pad connected all the way out to here. So but then here I'm going to have to stop right there. And same thing down in the bottom. That one. And this one here. No. There we go. Go. So, just last check here to see that these lay flat as I would expect them to, and of course they don't. Yeah. So the end of that one's got to come down, and the whole pads on both sides have got to come down on that one. So, okay. Take a look at it now. I see. Okay. Like that. Yep. So. Ah. All right. All right, and because we've already broken some trace off here, we're gonna just take and put just a little dab of super glue right where that switch goes. And so what that'll do, I hope, is keep the switch from moving around once we solder it in place. So, wish us luck. Here goes the solder. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to wait for that glue to dry and to see if that had any effect at all. Because, you know, who knows? Meanwhile, this is the other button. No. So. Again, because the pads are a little bit loose on here, I'm just going to put just a little drop of super glue. I really like this particular super glue because I've opened it up several times and it hasn't gotten dead on me. I keep it in a bag, but still, usually I open one of those up and the next time I'm going to use it, it's dead. But this thing has been hanging in there, so. All right, so All right. I'm going to line this up so that this conductive strip that's on the bottom of the display lines up with the contacts that are on the board there. But we also have to do that while it's in the case here. So screws came in from the back, and they hold the display down. They hold that. Screws go in from the back, and they hold the cover onto that display, and they are threaded into the cover, so they can provide the downward pressure that's necessary to turn it on. So and it does swap from ounces to grams as it's supposed to. Perfect. All right. Oh, it appears like this works now, at least for the time being. I'm going to put it back together and call this one fixed. So. Can you tell what I did wrong there? Oh, that's excruciating. All right, I'm not going to make you watch me fix it. That's all for now. I'll see you next time while I put these buttons back.